Grandpa was, let's say, insensitive. Actually, no, let's just call it what it is. He was kind of a jerk about anything he thought made you weak. I lived with him and Grandma for 2 years during high school because my parents were separating. Grandma was sweet, but Grandpa? Every single thing I went through was apparently not a real problem. Failed a test I studied for? Stop making excuses. Got cut from the basketball team? You're not athletic, so find something else. Girl I liked started dating my friend? That's what happens when you don't make a move. The worst was when I told him I was stressed about college applications. He looked at me over his newspaper and said, "You know what real stress is? Working in a factory for 30 years wondering if you'll have a job next month. You're 17 filling out forms. That's not stress. That's called being soft." I stopped talking to him about anything after that. What was the point? This went on until I graduated and moved out. I'd come back for holidays and it was the same thing. Comments about how easy young people have it and how nobody knows real struggle anymore. Fast forward to last month. I'm 24 now, living 40 minutes away. Grandpa never calls me, until he did. It was 9:30 on a Wednesday night. He sounded weird, shaky. He said, "Hey, I need you to come over right now. I'm having chest pain and your grandma's at her sister's place and I don't want to bother her." I was grabbing my keys when I stopped. I just remembered every single time he dismissed something I was scared about. So I sat back down. I said, "Well, Grandpa, is it really that bad? Because real problems are like when you're working in a factory for 30 years. Chest pain is probably just heartburn. You're probably being soft about it." Silence. Then he said, "What?" "No, I'm serious. I think something's wrong." I stayed calm. I said, "You're 71 feeling some discomfort. That's not a real problem. That's just called getting old. Maybe you ate too much dinner. You should toughen up and see if it goes away." He got frustrated. He said, "This isn't funny. I actually need help right now." And I said, "You know what real emergencies are? When you're bleeding out or your house is on fire? Some chest tightness? That's not an emergency. That's you being dramatic." He hung up on me. I sat there feeling this weird mix of satisfaction and guilt. Mostly satisfaction. I waited 10 minutes, then called my aunt who lives near him. I wasn't trying to let him die. I'm petty but not evil. Turns out it was acid reflux from eating spicy chili too close to bedtime. My aunt took him to urgent care anyway, and they confirmed it wasn't his heart. Gave him antacids and sent him home. 2 weeks later, Grandma called and said, "Grandpa wants to talk to you." She sounded disappointed, which hurt more than anything Grandpa could say. He didn't yell. He said, "That was a rotten thing you did. I actually thought I was having a heart attack, and you threw my words back at me." I said, "Yeah, I did. Because for 2 years I told you about things that were hard for me, and you made me feel like garbage. You told me I was soft and everything wasn't real. So when you called scared, I used your own advice. Toughen up, right?" Long silence. Then he said, "I didn't realize I made you feel that bad." I said, "Well, now you know how it feels when someone dismisses what you're scared about." He apologized. Nothing big or emotional. Just said, "I'm sorry I said those things. I thought I was helping you be stronger, but I was just being cruel. I accepted it. We're not close now, but he stopped making those comments.